Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome back, everyone. On episode number 113, we had Pump Room, correct? Aditya Parmar. Okay. So on 113, we had Pump Room. One of the first times we had like an active three-way conversation on this table. We were extremely excited, happy, inspired after that episode. Today, welcome to episode number 114. Before I speak a little about the guest, let's say hi to Nayana. Hi Nayana, welcome to the studio.
Hi Adarsh.
Thanks for accepting our invitation.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I must say your energy is amazing. I really love it. Like these are the type of people that wake me up, because it takes an energy like you to make me go, you know what, let's do this. Where do you get this amazing positivity and energy from?
I am generally a very talkative person. I love talking. So when it comes to something like this where I get to talk to somebody, it excites me, yes.
There you go. So a little bit of context for all of you. First of all, Sakshi helped us get in touch with Nayana. So Sakshi, thanks for doing the good work that you keep doing. You got us in touch with Nayana here. And a little bit of background about Nayana for all of you. For us, until now, sustainability meant Vani ma'am. In Bangalore, like if we knew anyone doing work in sustainability, it was Vani ma'am. And then we met, of course. In fact, before that, we had met Muddy Fingers, aka Harsha, and Guru, of course. And then now we come across Nayana here, who's done some wonderful work in ensuring to keep this planet as is, as the sweet home that it is. So Nayana has spent almost each day of the last decade, if I can say. The last decade.
Almost, yeah.
Close to a decade. Just putting in her bit to ensure that we have a cleaner environment, we have better habits, we restrict ourselves in terms of how much we are damaging our environment, and it's not just her doing this work, but it's also her educating her audience in terms of what they can do in their day-to-day, right? And I think there's no bigger work other than this today, because today all we can talk about is how climate has been deteriorating because of our own actions. And I think it's exactly people like Nayana and the page that she has on Instagram. It's pages like that that will help us just do a better job on our end as well. And what I also felt is your videos are very entertaining. It's not boring. It's not that, hey, you know what, these are the techniques you can use to do this or do that. It's just nice to watch her. And as a byproduct, you learn something, right? So that's what I personally felt when I was going through her profile. So I was very excited to meet her and immediately told Aditya to get in touch with her. And she was sweet enough to accept, and she's already here. So if you know Nayana, I can promise you one thing, this is a chance for you to get to know her better for sure. If you don't know Nayana and maybe you've come across her videos one or two times, here's a full deep dive into who she is and what she does and why she does what she does. So welcome to this episode. Nayana, welcome to the studio again.
Thank you.
How's life?
Life has been okay, I would say. Not great, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever I ask this question to people get really perplexed. They don't know what to say. They're like, what do I answer? Do I talk about my day? Do I talk about my profession? Do I talk about my marriage? People,
so much confusion.
People are very confused. But yeah, I think what I mean to ask is like, are you happy? Like, are you?
I mean, I'm happy in general, but not seeing the environment around. Not so much.
Okay. So you're angry or you're sad? What more?
I would say I'm disappointed.
Okay, so let's start. What are you disappointed with?
Like the state we have brought our world into. Like say, take like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you would probably hear about, say, a flood or two once in a year, maybe. Like once or twice a year, you would hear about it.
Very rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Very rare.
Very, very rare. Because I remember I'm from Kerala, so we had one of the biggest floods at that time in 2018, which was after decades. And right now, we have floods every month. Every month, one in Assam, one in Uttarakhand, one in Kerala, one in Tamil Nadu. So it's happening all over. And if we still don't see the problem, that is disappointing.
I've never looked at it that
Yeah.
way. We were told while growing up in our textbooks that if these things go wrong, it'll lead into increase of floods and all of
Sure.
that, right?
Yeah.
We had EVS
Yes.
as a subject, and this was maybe 15 years ago, at least for me, and it was clearly called out. So we didn't catch the point.
True. We
Is that
did
what it
not.
is?
We clearly didn't catch the point at all.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, just educate me here. What's causing these floods? Can we start with that?
It's mostly man-made, I would say.
Okay.
Because, say, if I take Wayanad for an example, we saw numerous lights, so many human lives lost. It's because of how tourism led to exploitation of our land, I would say, because there was overcrowding of tourist resorts, everything, and the relaxation of a lot of loss. Like there was hardly much loss to control what was happening where. So there was too many resorts coming up, too many hills being dug out. So obviously after a point when there was a huge flood or a huge storm coming in, these hills will give way because it doesn't have anything to hold it in. The trees are gone. Trees with the roots that hold the place in place, it's all gone. So the buildings are not going to hold the hill in place. And hence we saw all of it come down. So many of the, I think, small, I wouldn't say cities, but small areas or villages have been completely destroyed in Wayanad. So some of those areas are no more there. And that is a lot of man-made issues. And it has a lot of politics to do with it. It has a lot of greed. I would say it's basically man's greed.
Yeah. That's across.
Yes.
Not just in Wayanad.
Yeah,
right?
not just in environment. Yes.
About Wayanad specifically. Yeah.
So it is all of that that's led to these flooding, and I would say we have not had enough of importance given to it by the government. We have a ministry for the environment, but there's very less being done, like solid rules being done, or there are rules in place. If you know, there was a plastic ban, a national plastic ban in 2021. It's been almost 3 years since.
Yeah.
Do you not see plastic around?
It's there.
Everywhere. And this was this ban of single-use plastic, like, say, straws, bags, all those. We still see it every day in our lives.
I think where it's changed, and it's very ironic you say that, right? Where it's changed is in the mega supermarkets, mega restaurants. There it's become a point of business now. They'll charge you $20. And they'll give you like a big paper bag, which is apparently recyclable. I don't know. We'll talk about that as well. But in your kirana stores and a lot of these small places are still
you
plastic.
You go to a local coconut vendor, you will see the plastic straws there. So it's common everywhere. So it's not because of lack of laws. It's because of lack of implementation of these laws. We have enough of laws, I believe. Probably we need more laws, but more than anything, we need strict implementation. And we have plastic lobbies who are obviously going to play in this field, try not to have these laws implemented. So there was even a app. And it was called, would you believe if I told you it was called SUPCPCB?
Wow,
The
what is
app,
this?
it was a government app for ban SUP, single-use plastic, CPCB's Central Pollution Control Board. Yes, this was an app that was
What did
launched by the government.
What was the app supposed to do?
Basically, if I saw like somebody using a plastic straw or something, I could take a photo, report that this location, everything. I've tried that for 3-4 months after the ban. There was nothing that happened after. So firstly, the government did not even announce. So I got to know because a follower of mine who worked in the pollution control board told me there was something like this. And I was like, where is the announcement? Why wasn't it announced?
Yeah. Why
And
didn't it make the headlines?
exactly. And what kind of a name is this apps?
Can't keep it simple. Who's going to remember it?
Who's going to find it? So there are all these things that's happening according to the government, but not happening. So yeah, there is a lot of policies that are not happening, which probably would help us, but it's just not happening.
Not happening. Anyway, I want to get into some of these issues a little more in depth and get your views on it. I think you're going to have some interesting takes on some of these things. But before that, it's also the first time I'm meeting you. So it's very much required for me to get to know you a little, if you don't mind.
Okay,
before,
no problem.
We get into protesting and rioting, like, against these authorities who are not doing their job. Anyway, you are from Kerala. You moved to Bangalore about 10 years ago, you mentioned, which I'm guessing is after getting married.
No,
actually, you came here to study?
Yes. No, I didn't come here to study. I came here right after study. Like, as a Malayali, I was already determined during my college. After college, I am going to Bangalore. That is where I'm going to go work. That is all I'm going to do. I was very clear. I want to get away from home. No way am I staying at home. Because as a woman, you should know. You are at home. When you're getting married? When you're getting married? So I was like, once I'm out, I am getting out of Kerala. I am getting to Bangalore.
Okay.
So I got here and my husband, who was then my boyfriend, followed me here. So basically, he was the one who followed me to Bangalore.
Really dedicated.
So then he's been here for around, I would say, 9 years now.
Okay.
So and we were here together and then got married in 7 years ago, almost 7 years ago. So
sweet. Sweet. And you worked here at any point?
Yes. I am.
What was that like?
I am an architect by degree.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay. So I basically spent 6 years getting a degree. So I spent 1 year of engineering.
Okay.
Then 5 years of architecture to do nothing.
You dropped out of.
Basically, I wrote the All India exam again. I didn't get in the first time. I got in the second time. And I did another 5 years to get one degree, which I don't use anymore. So 6 years of a degree that I do not use
at all.
At all.
So what got you into this?
So
what made you disappointed?
Oh, yes. So I would say, even when I got into architecture, I was always into sustainability, because I got into architecture because my house was built by a foreign architect who was based out of Trivandrum. His name was Laurie Baker. So his speciality of design was houses or buildings made in a sustainable manner. So my house is built in that manner. So I was very curious because all around my home, I would see very other kind of houses. While
what? Can you give me an example? So what do you mean as
sustainable? Because they used only like local bricks, local skills, local elements. So that is something he was, and more of aeration, ventilation, making sure that, again, Kerala is a very rainy city. State. So he made sure that the buildings that he was building was made for the climate in that area. So today you see a lot of glass, this, that, there. But it's not good. It is so horrible to live today in Kerala with like a house with all that. It's horrible. So he was an architect who was more into trying and making sure that the building he's building is more for the
In line
that
with the
land, for that land.
geography and the
Yes,
climate
yes.
okay,
So
very nice.
I was very inspired by that and got into college, and even my dissertation was about mud architecture.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my so my thesis was about making a handloom industry in Trivandrum. So I was always into this sustainability, but that was in architecture.
Okay.
And then I forgot about it, got into corporate architecture, I would say, or rather like normal everyday architecture, and I realized it didn't work for me at all. I think back then there was one firm in Bangalore which was a sustainable firm. I tried so many times to get in, did not have an opening. So I always think if I did get a job there, probably my life would have been very different.
Okay.
So, and after that, something very, very major happened in my life. So, I got into a very critical accident in Bangalore.
Oops.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I got into a very like life-threatening sort of an accident in
Damn.
Bangalore. So, that got me.
You mind telling us?
Yes.
What happened?
So, basically, this was back in 2015.
Okay.
So I was basically in a hostel then. I had a couple of relatives here. So it was a Sunday. I was traveling to my aunt's house in my scooter. I had a scooter here. I still have that scooter, by the way. Yeah, I still have that scooter and still use that scooter. So I was traveling to my aunt's place, and this was near the Forum Mall in Koramangala, the original Forum Mall.
Yeah.
So it was near there. So I was almost there, but somebody hit me from behind and I fell. I had a helmet, but it sort of flew open and I fell. I didn't have any like external injuries, no like blood or anything. Thankfully for me, of the strangers who came as a crowd, one guy took me to the local St. John's Hospital, which is a very good hospital also. So we went there. So I was acting very anxious and all that. So the person there is like, let's take a scan. Apparently I had internal bleeding. Yeah, so from what I've heard, if that person hadn't taken me to a good hospital, I could have probably not woken up the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, because if it's internal, there's no external like signs. There's no signs to show that you are in danger.
Yeah.
Unless you go for a scan, there's no sign at all that you're in danger.
This person came like an angel.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
Are you in touch with this person?
I don't know who that is.
What?
Yes. Because I to be honest, I have no memory of the accident or till at least 3-4 days after I had a surgery, a brain surgery. So until 3-4 days after, I still have
you don't
zero
even
memory.
remember what happened.
No, it's all from what others have told me that I know all this. I have zero memory of any of it.
So this person,
yes, whoever that
person is, really God sent.
Yes,
really God sent.
So after that, I was bedridden for like 2-3 months. I was not bedridden, but I was ridden to being at home, not getting out at all. After which I sort of lost my first job. So that was like,
you obviously
couldn't make it, and they replaced me without letting me know.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very horrible. So I went through a very bad phase that time. And I again joined another place and again left that place because I wasn't very happy with the work I was doing. And it was between the time of me searching for the next job that I got into YouTube.
Okay.
This is back in like 2016 or 17.
Okay.
So one of those times. And I was somebody who you probably know now, I love talking.
Yeah.
And
I think, that's established. Nobody's going to debate
I am
that.
not even shy to say that.
Why should you be?
Yeah. So I love talking, and I've always been very interested in I've always wanted to be in front of the camera.
Okay.
But I've never known what to do. So I was like, okay, this seems like a great thing. So like a lot of people figuring things out, I went into my phase of doing beauty, fashion, makeup, all of it, which I realized I had no clue what I was doing. I had no idea. I was not into any of it. So it was during the time when I was trying to find what is it that I can relate to, what is it that really gets me, like wanted to make more and more videos when I landed into sustainability, because I think I started seeing a lot of, so I'll tell you what it got me into was a menstrual cup. Do you know? You know about a menstrual cup?
Very
right?
aware, yeah.
Yeah. So I found a menstrual cup back in 2018.
Okay.
So that time it was not popular in India at all.
Okay.
Very few people, as in nobody I knew
People
was.
wouldn't know the concept also.
Yes, at all. So that time I was seeing a lot of YouTube videos about it, and I realized nobody was talking about this in India at all.
At all.
I was like, why isn't anyone saying things about it? I was talking to my girlfriends. Nobody knew, nobody cared. I was like, okay, somebody needs to talk about this.
Yeah.
So I made like a whole 6 video series, even interviewing a menstrual cup co-founder.
Wow.
Yeah. So I made a whole series like how to use it, what to do, what are the different techniques. So such a big
Everything.
series. And that got a lot of appreciation from the audience.
Very
And I was
nice.
like,
On YouTube or?
YouTube.
On YouTube.
This was before Instagram was
Before the reels
bigger.
blew up.
Yes.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the I was doing small videos on Instagram, but not before the videos were big deal in Instagram.
Instagram.
So I that sort of got me into realizing I enjoyed that. That 6 videos I made, I loved making each of it way more than the dozen videos I made before that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to do this and I want to teach people different things about sustainability, the things that I was believing in back in my college days. I want to bring that back and help people understand. So in the process, I even did like a certification from IISC here. So I did like a environmental management certification, because I was like, okay, I need to now learn a little more theory. What is actually the problems? What are the things that we need to handle? So I did that, and I was like, okay, this seems something that I want to. I actually feel the passion to want to keep speaking.
Yeah.
So when I talk to people about this, I will keep on talking. I will keep on talking. I will keep on lecturing, like people say. Lecturing them.
Glad.
So that is how I got into sustainability.
This.
Yes.
So initially it was definitely just the excitement around making videos.
And I love making videos. I love creating content.
Yeah. And today, how is the response? How is the community?
So my Instagram growth has been quite slow lately, but I love the community I've made. I love the community because it's become very close-knit. Like the kind of people that I want in the community, people who are very... I am somebody who replies to most of my DMs. Like 90% of my DMs.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have talked to so many people. I try, and whenever I go to a city, I try to meet at least a few of them if they are available. Yeah, because like I said, I love talking. I love meeting. So the community I've built, I'm very, very proud of it. Very, very proud of that small group of people I've built.
Yeah. I think that's the true happiness.
Yeah.
No, it's not really about what's the community size or, even if you have 1,000 followers, and this is very real, especially for people who are starting off newly, right?
True.
Even if you have 1,000 followers, but if those 1,000 people are really tuned into what you're doing, it's a pretty awesome group size.
Yes.
Right? You don't need 100K followers to really be considered successful.
True. So when there are videos where I am a very vocal person, very highly opinionated person. So if I make a video, I make kind of like, I would say not daring, but little different videos which most people don't want to, are shy of
Basically
making.
daring.
Yes. So I do those, and usually always that comes with a lot of hate also.
Okay, so you've got hate.
Oh yes, a lot of it.
You still have hate?
Yeah, I have people who follow me and message me only for this.
For this,
Yes. And I only block people if they become extremely toxic. Thankfully, I am so grateful. I am one of the few women who does not get pervertish men in my comments. I do not get men. I get men who are opinionated. So I don't mind that. I am very open to opinions, even different opinions, as long as they are respectful.
Creeps are
I don't have creeps, which I'm very proud of, because every woman I know have creeps messaging in their other folder. I don't have that, which I'm very, very thankful for. So I don't even know how that happened, but I don't have creeps in my DMs.
So just coming back to your Instagram, right? And you said that there are a lot of people who didn't like, or maybe they hate on things. So can you give me an example of some video where people hated on it or didn't agree with what you're saying, or maybe you took a stand on something that they were not happy with?
Recently, probably in this month itself, I made a video on me being a child-free woman. So somebody who is openly saying that I'm not looking to have a child.
Oh, so you are, as Nayana, you're saying,
Yes.
I don't want to mother a child.
No.
Oh.
Which again, that it's very controversial. But
very bold. But why is it controversial?
No, because people find it to be, oh my God. So
I'm first giving my personal opinion.
No.
I'm, fully I don't even see the controversy. But I see it.
So it's something, for me, especially in India, not many women openly talk about it.
Sure.
And what I saw in the initial, when I posted it, there was more than women who were
Trash talking.
doing a lot of trash talking, and the best thing was seeing other women defend that. Even mothers, even a lot of mothers, because I was very careful. I know this is a very sensitive topic. I'm not trying to hate on mothers at all. Full respect to them, a lot of appreciation for the responsibility they take. But I was like, not for me. That's all. So I was very, very level-headed when I wrote the whole script for it, because I was like, I don't want to even make mothers think that it is something offensive. No, I have full respect for them. Just that I don't have the bandwidth. I don't think that I have it in me to be shaping another whole human being. And I'm like, all cheers to so many mothers and fathers who do that, just not me. So a lot of mothers also appreciated how I said that without hating on them or anything. But there were, like I said, lots of other mothers or women who want to be mothers who were hating on me. But I had my own ladies give them back, which was something I didn't have to defend after a point. After the first few days, a lot of women picked up, and a lot of people were talking about this topic. And for me, because it's also something about sustainability, it's also something, a choice you're making out of sustainability also. So people were even coming out and saying, I never thought about this, I didn't think it was a choice. So that video made people realize, women realize, that it could be a choice, which is basically my entire intention, to show people that there is a choice. It's your choice. So that was
what is the most outrageous comment in the topic? The most outrageous. Someone said.
So I think
commented.
one lady said, women are their entire purpose is to be a mother. So I was like, not really. Not really. And they would not agree. The maximum I try is, even when I'm angry, the most I do is sarcasm. So that's my weapon. The only thing, I won't abuse you, but I will be sarcastic
to you.
I am trying to reduce that, but that is the way I can respond. So even when I'm trying to be nice to them, the person is not getting the point, after a point, I'm like, okay, do whatever you say.
Sure.
Yeah.
But how was your family's response to this decision?
They've known it for
They've known it for years? What?
Yes.
You grew up saying you don't want kids? Right?
No.
Was this as part of your bucket list saying I will say no to kids?
No, see, we women, you probably will know that women grow up
Yeah.
inspired to be a wife and a mother. That is our goal.
By every possible
every
thing around
yes.
you, they
We
constantly
don't
inspire you
our
to.
goal is not to be a CEO.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be a wife and a mother.
Successful
Yes.
wife, successful
And- yes,
mother,
yes.
successful sister.
Yes, all of that. So I think it was, for me, I'm somebody who questions a lot of things. I love, like I said, I don't mind a person having a different opinion as long as you can convey the opinion respectfully. I'm fine with that. So I question a lot of things. So it's not like I realize, oh, this is not for me. But slowly I started seeing my relatives having kids, seeing the hardships faced by the women in the family. Slowly people coming and talking about, oh, I didn't know about this child-free movement at all. So I heard out of the blue about something about this, and I was like, okay, what is that? What is this movement? I had no clue.
Child-free movement.
Child-free movement. There is a movement out there which is called as a child-free movement.
Okay.
Basically, this thing is not to poison women. Again, that's what people think. We poison every woman to think that this is not for you. So yeah, you asked me for outrageous comments. So one woman was telling me that, this video is going to make people not want to be a mother. I was like, if they don't want to be a mother after seeing this video,
That's
probably because they already knew they didn't want to be.
And I have encouraged them the right way.
They are just getting that, like you said, encouragement they needed. That's all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nobody who really wants to be a mother is going to watch and say,
watch your video and say, no,
I will not be
I'm
a
not
mother.
going to have kids.
Yeah. Not possible. Anyone. So what I kept saying is, if you are somebody who wants to give 200% of you for that child, that is the best way to be a mother. That is the kind of mother the child needs. So if you're somebody like that, go for it. We need mothers like that. We need so many mothers like that. But some of us don't have the capacity for that. And I recognize that in my 30s. I realized that, okay, maybe this is not something that I want.
For me.
Yeah, for me. And thankfully, my husband was on the same page. So yeah, we didn't get married saying we won't have kids. We decided, both of us decided, okay, maybe for him it was financial side. For me, it was the whole looking after the kid, the responsibility of looking after the kid side. And both of us like, okay, maybe I think we can later,
We'll see.
Yeah. So both of us right now, we don't feel the need, and we adopted a dog. So so for us, that is our child for now. So we're happy with the dog.
There's another couple in the studio who taught me a word for couples who don't want kids and who are both working. Dinks.
I know.
Double income, no kids.
No, I'm a ding ward.
What is this? Now I'm learning something else.
Ward. DINKWAD.
Okay, what?
Double income, no kids, with a dog. Yes. I know.
This abbreviation is only getting longer.
Yeah.
In 10 episodes, there will be
more, I'm sure.
This will sound like that app.
With a dog and a cat.
There's a dog and a cat.
I'm sure it'll be longer.
Thankfully, it ends with happiness.
Yes.
With a pet, I think that's one guarantee,
Yes.
With a pet,
True.
happiness is guaranteed.
True.
That's what I've seen.
Yes.
Whatever people say, this, that, I've seen people are just happier with pets at home.
Yes.
Anyway, coming back to what you were saying. So first of all, I'd like to really salute you, right? Because what you spoke in the last 15 minutes, as freely as we did speak, probably takes a whole lifetime for some women to even acknowledge.
Yeah.
And you've spoken about it like,
Yeah.
so freely. So full salute to that.
Thank
I think
you.
it's women like you who become flag bearers for these drastic changes that are required, and especially in India where some of these things are looked at as some taboo.
Yes, stigma.
And a stigma.
Yeah.
Whereas the world has moved on.
Yes.
The world has moved on
Yes.
into
So
much, and we are still here sitting and like judging people about getting married and
or
not
having a
getting married,
kid,
having kids. Dude, mind your own effing business,
Yes.
right? My life, my body, my choices.
Exactly.
So anyway,
Yeah.
what's your view on this whole abortion thing though? Because we are on the same line. I thought it's appropriate to check with you. The US is in this big
I know.
debate
Yes.
of the one side wanting this and one side wanting that.
Yeah. I am
Yeah.
pro-abortion. I
Okay.
am pro-abortion
Oh,
because
you are pro-abortion.
yes,
Okay.
because I believe like at the end of the day, it's the woman's body. It is her choice, and as long as it's before a certain time period where
Which is what?
I think they usually say within 3 months or before certain weeks. I'm not sure because again I have never gone to such side.
Okay.
So, but it's 2 to 3 months or something. You have to, I think, abort before that
Okay.
to make sure that the I think fetus is not grown more, and it's not dangerous for the both for the mother and the fetus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm completely pro because at the end of the day, if say you are not given the choice of saying no to something growing inside your own body, the person who's taking the right from you, are they going to come and look after the kid? That kid is probably not. See, at the end of the day, that kid is going to grow up in a house that doesn't love the kid. They never wanted the kid. That kid will probably grow up in a atmosphere where it's made clear we didn't want you, we were forced to have you. How will that kid turn up?
Yeah.
It's not a great way of having a child. I always feel like children should only come if both the parents want it 100, 200, 500%. Both the parents really want to have the experience of parenthood and want to be there for the kid throughout their life. Unless that commitment is there, I will like, what is the point? Because otherwise the child will grow up with a lot of trauma, which is probably maybe turn them into, we see a lot of criminals come from such backgrounds. So why do we want to have a potential criminal when you don't need to have that child be born? Yeah.
Sure. Just one last question on this similar line, and then we'll go back to where we were. What do you feel about getting into a place where people are starting to say, I don't even need to be married to have kids? A lot of people who believe, if I want to have kids, I'll have kids. Why do I need to be married? What is your view on that?
Again, I say your body, your choice. Like if it's a concern,
but you don't have a moral
I'm like, I know. No, I'm like, you are an adult. Both of the adults are knowing and consensually creating that BB. Then it's basically, but I also feel like both the parents should be okay with it, because sometimes I do see that
one is
the mother may be okay, the father is not, which is not fair to the father, I would say, because yes, the mother may be looking after the father, but the kid, but the father will always have that responsibility that you have a child in this world. So it's not fair. I would say it's not very fair to the father, especially if the father didn't want the kid. So I would say that both of them should want it. The more than the man, it should be the woman with the womb. But they should have a consensual decision. I would say, as adults who had the consensual way of making that baby, you should also have a way of coming to a conclusion. Should we not? It should. I feel like it's better that way. But again, at the end of the day, the lady's choice, her body, her choice.
Her choice.
Yeah.
as a single man, I ask a lot of questions around marriage. I just realized I ask a lot of questions around marriage, around kids. It's time I start dating. So if you've been no, I'm just like pitching, right? If you've been like, if you find me charming, like I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's time. Every second episode, Nana, I'm not kidding. I end up speaking about marriage, about
kids.
moving in, about kids, and now
Okay,
I think
I'll tell you a very controversial thing.
yeah, please.
Very
There is no guest who has voluntarily in the middle interrupted me and said, listen, let me tell you one more controversial thing.
So, me and my boyfriend, who's my husband now, we were living together for 2 years before we got married.
Okay.
And this was back.
That's already controversial enough. And she's still going on.
So, okay, one more controversy. So, this is back in 2015. We met each other through Tinder.
Oh, wow. Tinder was then 2015?
Yes, there was no Bumble then, by the way.
Okay.
Only Tinder. So we met through Tinder during my in bed time.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, I was not just in bed.
Okay.
I had no hair. I was completely bald.
Oh my God.
Yes, because it was a brain surgery. So I was completely bald.
Okay.
So yeah, I met my husband almost bald. I was in a Gajini style then.
Oh my God.
With like a scar in my head. So I used to call myself a Gajini and try to act all like, oh.
Oh, wow. This is quite a story, yeah? This is quite a story.
So yeah, so back almost 10 years ago, we met through Tinder. We lived together. And then we married. So I would say it's not a very big deal.
I think it's in fact, I feel it's required to spend that.
Yes, I say that all the time.
It is.
To know the person you date is not the person you see living. Like when you live with somebody for maximum 2 weeks, they can adjust and be at the nicest. Then all their dirty laundry comes out. Everything comes and you see the father person there. You realize, is this something you can bear with for your entire life? Both sides. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women will agree to that.
True. Yeah.
If not publicly, at least in their mind, they'll be like, yeah this is true.
Yeah.
We should have done this.
Yeah.
Anyway, now let's come back to the topic we meant to.
Less controversial.
And the topic we were meant to talk about. So how do you do your work personally? Is there an organization? Are you tied up with someone?
Right now it's all me. All me. So like I said, I enjoy content creation. I love the process.
So you are a content creator.
Yes, I love that. And I am a sustainability content creator. I keep telling people that. So I love creating, shooting. Like I was asking him earlier about the camera, the lenses. So I love learning about all that.
Sure.
I love learning about editing, how to edit videos. I learned all that. So I enjoy that process. But yes, I am sort of like a perfectionist, which is a very bad thing because that takes me a long time to edit and post. So my husband keeps telling me, you need to start to learn to delegate. Yeah, but so I am thinking of doing that. But yeah, I haven't gotten around yet.
Sure. It really intrigued me right at the start of the podcast when you said, hey, you know what? Have you seen the amount of floods that have been faced?
Yes.
Can you give me like 2-3 more signs that are happening today, but we just choose to turn a blind eye, which is a clear indication of how bad the scenario has become? Yeah.
So I made a video shortly before about there's a new Chennai airport that's coming, and thousands of trees are going to be taken down, and that's a area which could have been which would prevent floods. Like it's a basin sort of area. So that's what the government is trying to do. And there's been a lot of protests. There's been a lot of people on the ground trying to oppose this. But right now, it's still on the go-ahead sort of a thing. And again, there is a Chennai airport. There is an international airport there. So what is the need for a completely new, completely different area? I think 40, 50, 70 kilometers away from Chennai or something. What is the need for it? Other than political reasons or financial, like, what do you say, the construction industries involvement with the political leaders there. Because when you look at it, if they really needed something, they could maybe try and expand or develop on the current one. Or they could find better places which are less, less tendency for any kind of flooding to happen in the future. So this is an area which will be flood prone later if this happens, but they could maybe choose a better area if that's the case. But that's not priority. Priority is by the government, by all the big companies. The priority is make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And we've had so many floods in Chennai.
Already.
It's not even like they don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
It's already a cement it's like a cement land there.
Yeah.
And there is so much flooding because there is no going down, there's no drainage.
Yeah.
There's no drainage.
Zero. Yeah.
So what is the point in cutting down an entire stretch of trees to have a new airport when you already have an airport? Or maybe have developed the airports in other cities of Tamil Nadu. There are many better solutions, but what is giving them most money is going to be what they will choose.
They will choose. Any other signs across the world you think are?
I would say another one was happening in Karnataka, a area called Sandur.
Okay.
In Karnataka, again, a coal ore was supposed to be coming up, a mining was supposed to come there. So until recently, that was get go, and then I think they had a petition out. A lot of people, so I made a video of that. A lot of people shared the videos, and a lot of people signed the petition. Finally, they put a pause. Again, it's just a pause. That is again thousands of forest being cut down for what? Mining. More mining. So it's basically we are taking out the earth's resources and depleting the current, whatever is remaining, we're depleting it at a much faster rate than it can be replenished by nature. The time that a tree could grow back is like half a century. To grow to its full, like a proper, like a forest tree will take almost 40-50 years to grow into its full majesty. You're taking that down in a day for taking up more resources from the earth, which is coal. More of that, we're taking that. So what is going to be left? The amount of resource depletion that is happening is scary. I'm telling you, so many of us in the field are so scared. So scared, not just disappointed, we're scared.
Scared, yeah.
Very, very scared.
And the rate at which this is happening, nobody knows where we'll be in like 10 years, right? What a situation will actually be in 10 years. So how bad it can get.
India vowed to have a lot of things in place by 2070. I keep thinking 70. I say the same. What India? We don't even know whether India is going to exist at that point. So whenever I talk to people, especially with kids, I'm like, please know what I'm saying. I don't have a kid. I don't want to have a kid, but the kind of thing I'm talking about, what I'm working towards is so that your kid will hopefully have a safer future. By 2070, I'll be probably dead. I'll probably be down inside, but your kid will be around, and they might not have the things that we saw. Like right now, when I look at my own like native homeland, which is Trivandrum, we were a city with a lot of beaches.
Okay.
A lot of beaches. Right now, when I go to some of the beaches, it's all come inside. The sea has come in. There's hardly any beach left. So my childhood used to be in that beach. We used to go to the beach all the time as kids. We used to go love being in that. Now there's nothing. There's basically a small sandy beach and the sea.
That's it.
So I'm like, it's gonna come in, and then your kids won't know what a beach is. Maybe in another 30 years, the kids may not even know what is a beach. It's something they can probably just see as a screensaver from some day long back.
It used to be like this.
It used to be like a
Oh,
thing.
just imagine what a mess.
Yeah. So I keep telling people, we may not have what we enjoy now. We already don't have a lot of things we enjoyed as a kid right now. But we won't have whatever we have right now in the next
Very
10,
soon.
20 years.
At least before it used to take a generation.
Yes.
Now in the
it's-
same generation, we are losing
Yes,
things at an alarming
yes,
rate.
Yeah.
I think that the way I see it is right, like it's basically the big money and big influence that's winning, which is causing this deterioration in environment.
All of it.
And this also ties to this big gap between the rich and the poor. So basically, the rich also face the pushback from nature.
Yes.
But they have enough money to protect.
Work on top of it.
Work on top of that. No, so for example, you will actually get a plastic microplastic free apple if you pay maybe 100 rupees.
Exactly.
You will actually get the purest of the apple.
Yes.
But it's 100 rupees.
Yes.
But
Which
the rich is like, fine, I'm building one more airport. You know, I'll get the money.
Yeah.
And that's where the difference comes. The poor, the health of the poor is always gonna be at
the ones
stake.
who are taking away the most resources are not the ones who are paying the price for it. The ones who are paying the price for it are the ones who take the least amount of resources, which is the saddest reality. Like we all live in this bubble of privilege. All of us. All of us live in this bubble of privilege. But so when I saw the flood in Kerala, I was here. I was not in Kerala at that time, but I saw and I could feel the pain of seeing so many houses gone. There was even, I think, if I remember correctly, there was a photograph taken by a journalist or so where a bridge was covered in plastic because the flood came and went. It brought everything that we had put into the sea back to us. And today, how many years it's been? It's been 5-6 years since then. Nothing has really changed. People still use, like I go home, for me, I have a huge amount of anxiety whenever I go to Trivandrum because there is still a lot of use of plastic, much more than I see here in Bangalore. People don't seem to care so much, even like much lesser than here. So for me, I'm like, you've seen the impact, you've had it being affect you, your life, your house, your livelihood, and still you chose to not see the cause. For them, it's like, oh, it's just a thing of nature. Where does that thing of nature come from? Nobody thinks about it. Nobody thinks, okay, maybe we need to think more. Like, why is this happening, especially so frequently?
I was recently on a train from Goa to Bangalore after a while, and I really couldn't believe. So in the night, of course, it wasn't visible. As soon as I woke up in the morning, the whole path, and it's not an exaggeration, right? The whole train track has plastic. There's a line. It's either a bottle or a cup or a something, or a packet. It is the whole line. There is no patch of the train track that is not lined
With
by waste or plastic.
Yeah.
And that is so messed up.
Yes.
That is really messed up. And this is just a train track.
Yes.
So many other, like
Yes.
even like you mentioned, whether it's water bodies or things like that, a bunch of plastic in that, right? Which leads me to my next question. The newest word I've been hearing is microplastic, right?
Yes.
How basically there's this large amount of plastic that's been broken down over time, but because plastic is plastic, even the smallest fragments of it is
Don't
enough
decompose.
it won't decompose and is enough to mess you up. So now they're saying it's gotten into you already have plastic inside you. First of all, is it true? Second, if today I decide, listen, I'm done I don't want microplastics to enter me, do I have a choice?
Not really.
What are you saying?
Because we just
I'm ready to spend money.
We just discovered
I'm ready
that.
to spend money.
Okay, I'll tell you a reality. Just I think this month only there was a revelation about how the salt and sugars in our place is filled, like it has microplastics in it, and there has been like an investigation
Salt
which
and
revealed
sugar?
yes, salt and sugar. Most brands have microplastics in them,
The major brands.
have microplastics in them. So it's very tough because see, salt is from what? Sand. It's the evaporation of the seawater and all that is happening. What is going into the seawater? What is going into sea? What are we putting into sea? Say you're eating fish today. The fish is going to have a couple of plastic things inside it.
Yeah.
You may not realize that might have been inside it for a long time, that it could have degraded into some small tiny fragment. So it could be inside that fish. If you are eating chicken, even that it could be picking on a few of those pieces. Any look at any animal.
There's a lot of ways.
Yeah, you see cows eating from garbage dumps. And where do these garbage dumps come from? One bag will happen. Then that bag in 1 week will become a huge local garbage dump. That is how it is. I have seen people take their garbage in a plastic bag, go kilometers in their scooter with the bag to throw it in a secluded place. In that they'll stop, see, check if anybody is watching, throw and go.
Not even in a dustbin.
No, not dustbin. On the side of the road, some deserted land. Go. I've seen a mother and a child do it too. A small child, as in probably 7-8-year-old kid, and the mother going in the scooter, the kid throwing the thing in. Just this is the example they're creating. So
they'll fling it sometimes. Have you seen randomly from apartments?
Yeah.
People are flinging garbage.
So I think Vani ma'am even posted a video recently about BBMP people chasing a couple going in the scooter with the garbage and catching them. They find them and all that, but how many people are they gonna do that
Go
to?
chasing.
Yeah. How many people? Again, I wouldn't blame only people, because there's a lot of systematic thing that needs corrections. Where is the BBMP coming to? Are they collecting properly? Where is that going? Is it getting decomposed or segregated? We don't know.
That's what Vani ma'am also told on the... when I asked her what was her trigger, she said she had gone to this rural area which had like a landfill.
Yeah.
Filled with garbage.
Yeah.
She was telling me how, the women there don't get grooms. Because nobody
wants to marry.
Because of the smell around the place. And I'm like, what are you saying, ma'am? Is this real? She's like, that's what triggered me into starting all of this.
I was telling somebody, I want to take people on a picnic to these landfills. I want to let them be there for a good 2 hours. You be there. 2 hours, we're not going back. I'm not going to tell them where we're going. A surprise. Let's go. A very exciting place. I'm taking you to a very exciting place. Let's go. Be there for 2 hours. Enjoy the stink. Enjoy the view. And see what all you can see. Find out the discoveries you find in that area. Because unless you are in the middle of it, nobody seems to care. Unless you're in the middle of it.
Yeah. That's what I said. I think the problem is it's easy to buy convenience.
Yes.
It's easy to buy. It's easy to distance yourself from the shit. That's the especially in India, right? It's so easy to throw that garbage packet outside your apartment.
No, not in your apartment, not near your apartment, somewhere away. Not our area. As long as the sting doesn't come to us.
Eventually it will.
Of course
it has.
Yes.
Microplastics
are
a clear nature's answer to say, you think you can
get away? No.
No, I'm coming back.
Sure. Yes.
I'm coming back to. So anyway, so microplastics you're saying is basically nature's way of telling us that nature is bigger than us.
Yes, always.
And it's gonna eat us.
It's gonna come back for us.
Very painful.
So basically it's giving us opportunities to correct ourselves. Are we taking those opportunities, or are we just ruining that also, is the question.
Can we ever go back to fully clean?
I don't know. I honestly,
if we did everything right, or are we late?
I don't think we are late, because scientists say that if we could reduce the impact that we are having right now by like a certain degree, there could be hope. Again, I'm not sure if they're being overly enthusiastic or whether we've already crossed that line. But I don't see that as ever happening, because I don't think it's, like I said, it's a human problem. It's a human problem. So I don't think, unless like everybody suddenly wakes up and realizes I need to clean everything up, and the government, the people, the corporations, everyone in the world decides to do that. Unless
If it was treated like demonetization, then it would have helped.
So if I ask you, like, if I tell you, if you completely stop eating non-veg, dairy, you could probably impact your personal impact could be much higher. Would you do it?
Very hard.
Yes.
Extremely hard.
And animal agriculture is right
Equally.
now very high. Like 15 to 20% of the emissions is from animal agriculture, and the most amount of methane and nitrous oxide is from the agriculture, and by 2030 they say it could be as much as 50%. So
I did drop non-vegetarian food very recently, but dairy is of course
very hard. It's Indian.
It's still it's so difficult to drop it. The worst thing I saw recently that I wanted to share with you. So I was at this event, maybe about 600-700 people, and all these brands sponsored and everything. It's like an expo.
Yes.
Okay. So different stalls. Outside every stall is a round table with 100 single-use plastic water bottles, right? Outside every stall. And they're probably like 30-40 stalls.
Yes.
And people are going in and out all day.
Yeah.
And that's free to take
Yes.
for anyone.
Yeah.
People are taking it, having it, not even
Thinking.
finishing it.
Yeah, I know.
Half of it kept there.
Yeah.
There are guys roaming around just dumping it in. It's not even finished.
Yeah.
First of all, the person's left that water bottle half there.
Yeah.
Then this guy is given the job to keep clearing those water bottles, and then there's another guy to reload those water bottles
bottles.
there, and this is one event.
Yeah.
We deserve it. We deserve all this nonsense that's coming back to us.
Basically, it's about convenience. So I keep telling people, if there is one word I hate more than anything,
Convenience.
convenience. Look at the options you have today. You get anything for 10 minutes.
Yeah, under that.
People don't want. I'll tell you a reality. So I during Raksha Bandhan, I was selling a couple of upcycle Rakhis. Okay, so a lady from my own society paid the money and bought it from me. So I told her, you can come to my house and pick it up.
Okay.
It's been 2 weeks. She still hasn't picked up the Rakhi. She's paid. She is in the society. She has not picked up the Rakhis yet.
Wow.
That is the amount of laziness people have today to walk. Anyone who walks, say, 3 kilometers a day is thought as an athlete. As an athlete. You are an athlete if you walk 3 kilometers a day. That is how lazy people are. And
Yeah.
Blinkit, all that is just helping us become more and more lazy, not getting out of your house for anything. Like, so in my society, we have a big basket store. There is a store, supermarket, small store inside the apartment. People still get it delivered.
To the door. They don't want to go down.
Yeah, 5 minutes walking. I have counted the steps. 200 steps. 200 steps to the. Then I live in a slightly farther from the store than the apartments in that area. And for me, it was 200, 250 steps. Yeah, people don't want to walk 200 to 250 steps to get something. And even if they go there, they are coming from houses, remember, not from randomly from the office work. Or they don't bring their own bags. They just pick up the plastic bags that is there for one or two, say, biscuit packets. Like, Anna, packet kodi. I'm like, you just came from your own home. You have probably like 100 packets there. Yeah. You can't even come. Or if not, you can't carry those 2 things in your hand and go.
Yeah. What is going to go wrong?
No. That is the amount of selfishness, laziness, and convenience mindset we've developed.
But Nana, the other reality is, and I don't mean to justify,
Okay.
but the other reality is also humanity being a victim of marketing, no?
Yes. I admit. Yes.
We didn't choose it fully.
Yes. Yeah.
We were shoved it also,
Yes,
no? In a way.
I completely, I completely agree. So I and my husband keeps having a fight about Swiggy, Zomato, all these. I'm like, they are the ultimate devils.
Leeches.
Yes, I hate them so much. But again, it's not something you can get away from. Especially in a metro city, metro city. I come from a tier 2 city, and still it's a very convenient thing there. So I used to be like, okay, at least my parents were not ordering. Now everybody's ordering there. I'm like, holy. Like, what is happening? Everything within like 10 minutes you're getting. I keep thinking, why do you need something in 10 minutes again? Why do you need that in 10 minutes? Do you need your Maggie in 10 minutes? Like, what is the need? We don't even wonder, do we really need it? Oh, I want to smoke today. Let me get some cigarettes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's crazy.
Oh my God.
These paper bags that Blinkit gives. Is that recyclable?
Paper bags are recyclable, but again, I always tell people recycling is a sort of like a sham, I would say, because globally, with the surveys that's been happened, only 10% of anything that's recyclable has been recycled till date. 10%. Till date, no matter whether it's plastic, paper, cloth, anything, 10% is all that's been recycled. So, and remember that paper comes from trees. You're cutting down trees, making the whole process. That's a whole process. And for what? For like 2 minutes, you take it, open it, put it. It is a single-use product. And especially paperback, we don't keep using. It tears very fast. You can maybe use one more time, but that's it. So, off the lot, I keep telling people, if you want to buy from any brand like that, I always tell people, try and choose big basket. They usually don't have bags. They bring it in their crates. Yes. Yeah. They don't have bags. They've been doing that since years. So I'm like not a fan of them either, because they also have a lot of issues. But at least they
better
don't.
Of the lot.
Yes, of the lot. Yes. I keep telling people better of the lot. And I keep telling people, instead of choosing 10-minute, choose the 2-hour option. Big Basket has the 2 hours and the 10-minute option. I'm like, at least the difference is 10 minutes mein, the person is probably coming. I've actually calculated in my home when I was shooting a video. I saw in the time of half an hour, I saw like 15 Swiggy delivery people. In my that apartment, 15 people in half an hour. And I'm like, if you're ordering in 10 minutes, and maybe your neighbor is also ordering one, but 2 people are probably going to come for that. Maybe they ordered 5 minutes after you, but 2 others are going to drive that scooter and come all the way just for one delivery. We're ordering at least 2 hours later, maybe 5 households may get from one, which is much better than 2 separate or 5 separate people coming to each of these 5 households. So I keep, and from what I've read, Big Basket also uses electric vehicles. They've been shifting to that. So I'm not a fan of Big Basket, but of the lot, I prefer them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the craziest offering I saw on Blinkit. Okay.
Oh my God.
You'll go wild after this. You'll hit this mic on
yes.
me or Aditya. Okay, I'll tell you the story. I was down with fever, admitted and all of that very recently. Came back, I was recovering at home. My friend was helping me with the insurance claim. Okay.
Yeah.
So he had sent the bills, this and that, and whatever he needed. And there was some document that he needed, which I didn't have. Yeah.
Yes.
And he said, listen, can you give me a hard copy of this? I said, I don't have it. And then in 7 minutes, a guy rang my doorbell.
Yes. With the Blinkit printout in a paper thing with not just that, let me just say, not just your printout, 2 other printouts of Blinkit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Neatly sealed, so much paper. And it was what for some one single document printout.
That is the convenience level we have come to.
Yeah.
So I'm like done like lecturing people as like people say. I'm like, I can only request you. You have to see the problems that you are also creating, and you need to at least look at your impact. I'm not saying that individual impact is the most. It's mostly corporate and systematic government impact is the most, and the impact they can cause create with one rule they have on one implementation is much higher than say 10 people doing something good. But we all have a responsibility. We are all people, a part of the society, and if each of us see these corporations, who are they serving? Whose money are they looking at? Our money. It is our money. We are the ones paying. They are the ones creating for our need. So the moment we start paying to the right companies, that is where the change happens. My one thing that I keep saying is use your wallet as your vote. Use your money as your vote.
Wow. Because
if you are basically say I have 2 options. Say I have an option for a well-known say Colgate or a bamboo toothbrush by a sustainable company. So if I'm paying 50 rupees to this sustainable company or 50 rupees to Colgate, where is my money going? That money is my vote for that company. If I'm paying Colgate, I'm voting for Colgate. I tell people, think of that. Think of whenever you pay any brand, be it any small, for even a pin that you buy, look at the brand, who are you paying for? Basically, you're just voting ting to another brand. Whichever brand you're voting for them. You're basically giving them your money to do better. That is what they are looking for. So the more you choose these things, the more they realize, oh, we are losing money. Why are we losing money? Because they're going here. So then they're like, okay, maybe we should also have a bamboo toothbrush. So then at least these companies start realizing, okay, there is a loss of money because we're not doing this. And then hopefully they will start making products which are what we want to.
And then they'll start doing the things that we are more
inclined towards,
right?
So I always tell people, as an individual, remember your money is what everyone wants. They are looking for your money. They're all searching for your money, and that is what all the companies are doing. So use your money as your way of showing what you want. Maybe you will think, oh, what am I going to do? But when so many people start doing that, there are changes that's happened already. So why can't we do that as a society?
Got it. Other one or two, what's the word? Ventures or companies that you want to call out, groups, individuals that you want to call out so that we can maybe make videos and promote it about them. People doing good work. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a brand that I love for cleaning, which is a zero waste cleaning brand. It's called Arani. It's based out of Noida, I think, but they have, I think, stores in Bombay now. And I've been asking them, please come to Bangalore. They said, yes, we will come. But they are amazing.
What do they do?
Cleaners. So basically, anything from your dishwash to your floor cleaner, everything without a plastic packaging. They have basically tablets that you just put into water. That's how you're basically taking. So if you look at any cleaner, be it your Vim or anything, it's a lot, 80% water. It's 80 to 90%. Yes, it is water. Your liquid is water. The rest is the chemical in it. What they have done is realize, why do we have to transport 1 liter of water with the chemical? Why can't we just the chemical directly, which you can just put into your bottle of water, 1 liter, 500 ml, whichever, and create your own thing.
You don't need to keep buying.
Exactly. Yeah. So the package they have is also plastic free, and they have done a lot of research into making sure that their products, so they send it for trial to their customers, they get the feedback from them, so they're working really hard towards it. And another one I would call out is Adarsh Zero Waste. Adarsh. It's a store. They have a lot of branches all over the country. They have one in even Dubai and US.
Wow, okay.
It's a zero waste chain. So we have one in JP Nagar here. Basically, all your food items, like your grocery items, without packaging. Basically, you can go there, and if you want, I just need 100 ml of, say, tur dal. I can just take 100 ml into my own, say, cloth bag or my own dabba or container and take it home and pay for only that. So they have it in loose, basically. What our kiranas used to have, some of them still do, have the loose, like the jute bags filled with the things.
Yeah.
So just that this is also organic. So their products are also organic, but it's basically everything loose. You can think of, you get your, even your cleaners, you get loose, you get your salt, your pasta. So many options they have loose. So you can go with your own cloth bag, your own plastic covers, anything that you already have, go. And if you don't have it, they have paper bags, but I always tell people, try and go with your own thing so you don't waste unnecessary paper bags. So it is like a number of chain, like it's a chain which has stores in, I think, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Vijayawada, so many cities in, I think, India has already got Adarsh. I keep telling people,
This is a
if you are somebody who is already choosing organic or wants to choose organic and know that you don't want to contribute to a lot of plastic waste, say if you buy rice, atta, all of that comes in the plastic bags. More than anything, they come in plastic bags. So right now when I have my groceries, I don't have like a ton of plastic bags going out. I always bring all these in my own things, and then I don't have anything to throw out
to throw out,
at all.
You
So
reuse these things.
yes, yeah, I keep reusing that. I go back, take it, go back, take it. So it's a very big help. And I keep saying there are like organizations I don't want to see ever go.
Okay.
So this is like one, I don't want to have to struggle to find these otherwise. And even for people who say not into organic, want to go zero waste, our old Kirana stores, not even Kirana stores, go to a Lulu supermarket. They have loose things. They have loose. You may feel shy to ask them, hey, can I use this? They are open to it. They are very open. I've talked to their people. I've talked to their management people even. They're very open to it. Go to your Reliance supermarket, your other supermarkets. A lot of them have those bins with, say, loose rice and things. And you take your own thing. They are open to all that. Whatever you have near your house, try and use as much as possible. Even if it's not organic or whatever, you're at least reducing some use to it. Yeah.
Who are the people who have supported you in this journey personally?
My husband. He is not just supported, I think he has become a lot into this himself.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So I hear from a lot of women in my face itself who are having like a hard time like having their husbands support all this, but he is like full into this, and you won't believe he got a second hand cable for his phone.
Wow.
I didn't even ask him.
That's
exactly a second hand.
That's not support.
Yeah.
You know.
I am like a cable, and he got his own second hand laptop. All of like I never forced him or anything. He just realized, okay, this is value for me, money wise, thing wise, everything. It's a good win-win for me. Sure. So he has basically also taken this into a part of his life. He doesn't like show like you've started again. No, he also tries, say, even if say he orders something from outside, he tries to make sure, okay, is it something that has the minimum waste coming in? Is it something that doesn't come in a lot of these small dabbas and all that? So he is one who goes out of his way to try and do that, and he's been a whole supportive force around me.
Yeah. I think it's like, there's this Biddi Tatedli very nearby. Okay. And out of 10 people, 9 people will take it in the parcel.
Yeah.
There's always one person who will get a hot case.
Yes.
Be the person who gets the hot case.
Yes. I always
just makes sense.
Yeah. So he used to go out for say run or something, and he would take 2 dabbas to get me idli and sambar. When after coming, when he'll go and eat, he'll bring that back for me. I wouldn't even ask. He will bring it back for me. And like he's become that person. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised.
That if he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nayana. Thanks for doing this. I really liked sitting here and just listening to these stories. I think exactly like I introduced, right? It's not just about the message or what we need to do, but I think it's the way you put it across that it really makes you think. Really makes you want to contribute to this. The first, I think, conversation like this I'd had was with Harsha and Guru. After that, of course, Vani ma'am.
Yeah.
And this is the third one. one thing I think I have personally tried to do is reduce the use of these plastic water bottles as much as possible. And even while traveling. So while traveling also, I used to take the water bottles too much. Now I'm carrying the Tupperware. The Tupperware is helpful. The Swiggy and Zomato orders are hard. Like if I do like a Domino's pizza order, it is gonna come in the paper box. It's hard to this thing.
So I always tell people, don't try and do a lot together. Try and reduce slowly. So if say you order Swiggy, say 3 times a week, make it 2. Then slowly when that 2 becomes normal, then maybe make it 1. And keep it at 1 if you want. Because if you get pleasure out of that, keep it at 1. But at least it's reduced to 1. That I'm like, don't force it on yourself. And then what happens is after like 2 months, you're like, no, I want. And then you'll go back to the old habit. So I always feel like, don't try to do everything at once. Try slowly, 1 at a time. And then make that a habit. Then hopefully it'll stay as a part of your life. Otherwise, you will go back.
Awesome, Nayana. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, it was my pleasure to talk. I had so much fun having this conversation. Like, I reveal so much.
Quite a bit. Yes. Quite a bit. Yes. Now that I think of it, I definitely want to thank you. I want to thank you for being honest. Thank you for being real. Thank you for not, wearing a mask. Right? Because that makes us feel alive.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We call ourselves one of the most authentic podcasts. So it's people like you that make this place authentic. So thank you so much. And all wishes for your vision. All wishes for helping you spread this word, which eventually helps all of us itself, right? And kudos to your husband as well, right? Hope I'm guessing you'd have watched till here for sure. So kudos to him for supporting you all through. I think we all need such people at the end of the day to take us through the ups and downs. Because for our visions to really see life, we need people to support like the way he has supported you. So kudos to you, sir, for supporting. And any final word? Any final message?
So I always tell people, try and don't, I've already said that, don't try and force things on yourself. Don't try and guilt yourself into it. But I tell people, be a little hopeful. I am also trying to be more hopeful even though I see so much of the reality, I try to be a little hopeful and see that if you can leave a small space, a little bit, make the life a little better. Even one step, take that one step, and trust me, once that one step gets conquered, you will want to do more and more and more. And the influence you will have, it is you will not realize the people you influence by just doing it one step for yourself. And I want you to feel that influence and that positive energy when you see that happen.
Wow. Wow, that's really nice. I really like that. I think when you just start following that, and you start to see people who ask you why you're doing what you're doing and how much effort does it take, and then eventually you'll see them.
You will see people who mocked you start follow. And you may not even think or expect. And you realize sometimes you don't, there's no way you can, one thing I've realized, I used to be somebody who would try to force people into things. No, why can't you see it? Why can't you understand what the problem is? I've realized, no, do your thing. Stay in your lane, do your work. People will notice. You keep being persistent in your lane, people around you will notice. They will slowly, they have their own journeys. You have your journey, let them have theirs.
When they want to join, they'll join.
Yes.
You do you.
Yes.
When they have to join, they will join.
Yes.
Super. So thanks for watching till here, everyone. This was amazing. We enjoyed it. We learned quite a bit. Got inspired, for sure. Got shocked with some of the facts as well, right?
Yeah.
Right from the floods thing. Really, like I never thought of it like that. But yeah, I hope you liked this episode. I hope you took something away. I hope that at least if one person we've been able to really impact through this, then we have done our job
Yes.
for today.
Done.
Yeah. So this was episode number 114 on a personal note with Adarsh Sakare, and this was the amazing, energetic Nayana. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one.